or the lifetime of an intelligent civilization. Now I want to tell you what this means. Here again you have the lifetime of our universe, 13 billion years, and we have said that, and here is the number of planets plotted at the ordinate, and here are the first Earth-like planets being born, and then today we have 4 times 10 to the 6. Now, in this first time, there is no intelligence around, Earth's human-time intelligence, so the first intelligent beings would be born here, but they only would live for 10 to the 7 years, which is not even the thickness of this line here, because this distance here between these two lines is 10 to the 9 years. Yeah? So very quickly they die, and then new ones are born, and they die again, and so on. And all this blue area has seen intelligent beings, but they all killed themselves. So only this last green thing and this green thing is sort of enlarged to may be visible, and only this part here, they still survive. These 4,000, you can come to 4,000 if you do the calculation. So there should be 4,000 intelligent beings, civilizations present in the galaxy at the present time. But this is naturally a very, very rough argument. Now, let me come again. Okay, we have answered these questions. Let me now look at the 2 more questions. How far away are they? Is space travel possible? Can they identify our home planet? Because we have this enormous number of stars in our galaxy. Can they find us? And this is a question which Mr. Hawkins has just recently been discussing, and are they interested in us? Well, one thing is very easily answered. This is our galaxy, a box which a diameter of 100,000 light years and a thickness of 1,300 light years. And if you throw 4,000 planets into this box and say what is the mean distance between individual planets, you come up with 1,700 light years. And that tells you why SETI has not been successful. Because, I mean, they can only look a few hundred light years. That's all they can do. Yeah? And therefore, if the next civilization is 700 light years away, there's no chance at the present time to observe these intelligent beings. Now, the other question is, can they find us? Well, I think that they know exactly where we are. There is no problem. Such an intelligent civilization will not know where we are. So there must be other reasons why they have not contacted us. First, I will show you why they know that where we are. This is infrared spectra of the planets of the inner solar system taken by Cassini, this spacecraft which investigated Jupiter and then afterwards Saturn. And you see in all these planetary atmospheres there is a very deep absorption band of CO2, which is clear because Venus is mainly CO2 atmosphere, and Mars also has a lot of CO2, and Earth has also CO2. So that's expected. But on Earth you find other things, like you find water vapor bands, and these water vapor bands were there already 4.4 billion years. So these extraterrestrial intelligence would know since 4.4 billion years ago that there could be life on Earth. But they find ozone. Ozone is absolutely identification for life, and because only when you have life can you have ozone in the atmosphere. And this is known since 2.5 billion years, all in our galaxy, and therefore there is no way in which they wouldn't know where we are. Now I come to my last slide, Why don't we have contact? The so-called Fermi paradox. We have learned that extraterrestrial intelligent civilizations, compared to us, must be almost omniscient. Compared to us, have an unimaginably advanced technological power, so there is no problem contacting or visiting us. There is absolutely no problem. So also the idea of Hawking that we should hide, I mean, is ridiculous. I mean, there are great men and have great ideas, but some can also make mistakes, yes. But the problem is, the very advanced knowledge also means they are in extreme danger of self-destruction. There could be one unstable individual in danger of the whole civilization. And therefore, if they survive this danger, they should have formed a very stable, responsible civilization to master this danger. And this is the idea behind the so-called zoo hypothesis, pronounced by Bohr and Sagan, that they don't want to contact us. And why is this? Because a contact, if you think about it, would be very irresponsible. As irresponsible as the behavior of these guys like Columbus and all these other conquistadors in South America who essentially demolished all the native populations and civilizations there. Just think what would happen if we had contact with such an advanced civilization. We would need to forget all of physics. Yeah? Einstein would be nothing. Yeah? Because they have guys who have been there billions of years more, and we would have to learn all the luminaries of their civilization. So all of our we could forget about almost everything. Even musicians, they have much bigger ones, very likely, and so on. So essentially, our own development would be cut off completely, and this is utterly irresponsible. Okay, let me summarize. And yes, and because it is so irresponsible, it cannot be expected of them. Because if they were that irresponsible, they would kill themselves immediately. I mean, there is no way in which an irresponsible civilization would survive this danger of self-destruction. So the summary, in summary, I have told you extraterrestrial intelligent beings exist. They avoid all contacts. That's the reason these UFO reports are nonsense. But I think they observe us, because intelligent civilizations are the only interesting things in our galaxy. I mean, they know black holes, they know interesting red giants, they know Prometheus and Corona. That's long known to them. But intelligent societies are individualistic. They, each one might be very different and have a very different outcome. Because in the development of this civilization, it's the free will and intelligence involved. And so they might go in very different directions. So these are the most interesting things, and therefore well worth, and there are only few of them in the galaxy, so that I think we are very interesting things to observe. And actually, and now to think, I might actually have, go over my head and become sort of a little crazy, a little, because I maintain they are here on Earth.